All right, Rajat. So my next question would be, since you are a top percentile student, I would want to know how did the top percentile help you achieve this score?
So, okay. So there is one philosophical way, and the second is the more logical and how actually I saw the increase in score. So initially, the biggest problem which I had while the reason why which I didn't attempt CET in the previous attempts as well, because I had attuned myself in putting lots of times in questions, and the types of questions that are there in CET, you have to just speed up yourself. You just cannot just wait on it. And it's not like Snap. The difference between Snap and CET is Snap is only all the 60 questions. There is only this small screen. There is only 5 to 6 lines, and that's the question. Nothing extra could be there. But in CET, there could be lots of paragraphs. The comprehensions could be really extensive, as long as that of CAT, and the puzzles, the pattern based puzzles. These are really extensive. So you have to manage your time better, and because these are so many questions of 200 questions, I was not able to sit through it even, because now the exams had reduced. The cat had reduced to only 2 hours, and that even 3 hours that are there are very less amount of questions. So it is like you are just solving one thing at a time and just slowly peeling the surface of onion sort of thing, isn't that? So CT, I felt it was really tough, and initially I was in that zone only. I was having a really high accuracy, but because of these things, I was not able to attempt a lot of questions. So my scores initially was moving around 60, 70. Sometimes if I got lucky, because in the last 10 minutes, this was true till I would say April this year. That last 10 to 15 minutes, I was only guessing the questions, because that's because all the exams that I'd given before, one thing I was not able to master was let go. I was never able to let go, however long the question was, or however tough the questions was. I had become so attuned because of the other questions, because they have other exams which have so less amount of questions to just mark, do each and every question, that I was never able to let go. So however the complex the puzzle was, I was just solving it till the end. So because of that, my score, I was able to attempt very less, about 70 to 80 questions in the first 135 minutes, and then last 15 minutes I had to just mark everything, go for one answer. And that's why my score also was dwindling on 60, 70, 80, maybe sometime reaching in the only in the this year I was able to sit. And the biggest problem was not able to sit through so many questions at one time. So I was able to reach 100 at that time. Then so I was really happy that okay, I was able to do good in cat and Z. So maybe I get lucky enough and I don't have to go through this, because it's really going to be extremely difficult for me to clear the CET. But unfortunately, that didn't work out. So I was really low at that time. Imagine putting so much effort, getting 99 plus percentile, high 99 plus percentile in exams that say that they accept the score and give importance so much to score, and then not get selected. So I told my friend that this is something unique that I saw on YouTube. So he said, okay. So I said that there's a group of students who have all dominated the exam, who have all been the toppers of the exam, and they themselves are telling what is the strategy to do that. So because once teachers tell you, it is one thing, but to relate to that sometimes becomes difficult, because they are doing it for years on years, or maybe decades on decades. But these are the people who were students, and they were in this situation only to get these high ranks, and they were able to do it, and they are providing their skill set, their strategies, their each and every tricks that they learned along the way. So that was a very confidence building. This is the philosophical part of joining the TTP, that I am surrounded by the true toppers in an exam, where only it is not about getting okay, some people are topping because others are not putting that effort. Each and everybody is putting effort, because it's a completely score based exam. So people who know how to do it, who have done it right before our eyes, are showing us the complete path how to do it. And then the structure of TTP is something that really was insane, because for each and every trick there is a video. It's not like, okay, there is a complete, only at the end there are few sets of videos for each and every trick, for each and every small tricks. For grammars also is divided into subsections. The numerical system is also divided into subsections. So much extensive effort is also, it was something unique that I had saw, that people putting so much videos. So it was the learning that I got from this, that I was able to excel so much after.
Thanks, Rajat, for that. We are glad that you like the course and that you feel that it's very extensive, and we are actually really happy to share our tricks because we know that YouTube pe there are 100 tricks and a student gets confused which trick to use. So we exactly wanted to put those tricks that have actually worked for us and that would work for our students, for the aspirants. And which is why we made this course so that we can actually help the students out there and make them excel in this exam known as CET. So yeah, thank you for that. And also guys, by TTP we mean the top percentile. So just in case you get confused, the top percentile is equal to TTP. All right, Rajat, the next question is, at what score did you join TTP and eventually where did you end?
So, okay, initially, as I mentioned, my mock score was dwindling around 60, 70. And before joining the course, the maximum that I had gone was around 105 or 110, around that. And that was also because I was getting lots of guesses in, which were getting correct. So true true scores that I was getting, if I remove the guessing part, was around 90 to 95. That was the maximum that I had achieved before getting into CET. So first month was a really big hurdle, because when you, I think this is something that really demotivates people, is the stagnation of scores in the initial part. You are not able to jump through, because in CAT you feel that, okay, you learn something, that okay, at least in that section you get a pretty high spike in the score, or that same goes for that only in the exam. But CET is such a paper that there will be stagnation for long, and after practice and giving lots of mocks, your score starts to improve. So initially around May also, my scores was around maximum 110. 110 was the range where the scores was dwindling. In the June part, I think first time I was able to reach 120. But then also it was 120 to 110. Then I worked on, I think I didn't get motivated. I just shifted myself that what all other things, or what other specific things I had to work on. So I worked on individual sectional scores that are there. So I worked on the logical reasoning part, the abstract reasoning part, the verbal part. Because my quant also I worked and gave a lot of, but quant I had been really strong at. Even CAT I achieved 99.8 percentile in quants, and in the sectional scores I was able to do good. So I just wanted to know where is in which other sections I'm lacking. And by lacking, it's not like I'm my accuracy is going down, but also how much time, say that my accuracy is really high in logical reasoning, but for each question I'm spending around 75 to 80 seconds, then that accuracy doesn't help me a lot uh, compared in the exam format. So that is something I worked on improving, and then I saw started seeing spike by the month of July from 120 to 125 to 130. And the highest score, if you have asked me, that I reached in the mocks that top percentile provided, was 146. That was the range that I've reached, and I had reached 130 plus scores a lot of times.
That's really nice. You're scoring 130, 140 plus in mocks is really amazing. And it feels good also, that gives you that confidence that you can crack CET by scoring this, and your confidence is max boosted. So yeah, so before joining TTP, he had scored somewhere around 95, and after joining the top percentile towards the end, he started scoring around 135, 140. That's a huge jump, Rajat. Really nice. The next question would be, what was the best thing that you liked about the top percentile?
I think the best thing about top percentile, as I mentioned before, also was the small section. Two things. I would have to add one more. The small each and every part video, because sometimes people start getting lost in a topic. Maybe they would be lost in the middle of something. So that just breaks their confidence. Say that, okay, let's skip this topic. And once you skip one topic, whether it be CET or CAT, it becomes a habit that
Mm.
okay, I could skip a topic, then I could skip more topics.
Mm.
Then at the end of the time, you say that okay, let me just work on my strongest topics and everything else is skipped, and then everything goes to dumps in the exam. So this is one thing that is really helpful, is that each and every section there are videos. And the second part, which is really good about TTP, is the mentorship that was provided by the top percentile by on weekly or bi-weekly basis, bringing all the students together, talking about the issues, bringing the past students, the past achievers, and giving their experiences, so that people are able to imagine also. If people have not created a framework, they can now also create a framework, a path. For example, the 40-30 rule, the with the intensity it was put forward, I think that really helped me on the exam day, that okay, this is achievable, many people have done it, the exams are different from now, so you can also achieve it. And that also helped me a lot while going through my paper, because it is, again, see, it is a unique paper, that because it does now, it's not having any sections. Initially it used to have sections, now in the recent format there is no sections. All 200 questions, it could be jumbled in any format. So yeah, that also helped me. These mentorships, I think these mentorships are also very unique and an important facet of the top percentile that I found
Yeah,
really inspiring.
yeah, actually, even all six of us, we really like the mentoring sessions because it helps us connect with our students. And it's really fun talking to them, giving them suggestions. And wherever they have doubts, we know that this is the right path. You can take this, you can take that. And we know that it's right and it's been tried and tested. So अगर तुम वो follow करोगे, you are really good to go. And which is why we love connecting with our students. Rajat, my penultimate question would be, what are you looking forward to the most in MBA?
I think the learning part, yes, I think when you target a top tier college, the placement becomes an essential part. But the curriculum and the faculty that are out there, being an institute that is there for over 50 plus years, I think that is something unique. You just can't get it in institutes that are, say, 5 or 10 years. No disrespect to them at all, but this is just the industry experience, the all the different type of faculty that you get to learn with. It's a unique 2 years experience that you could cherish throughout your life, what you learned here. Another thing is, what MBA does is it brings you the rigor in you that other courses not able to bring, because in 2 years, as you mentioned, that in 5 days only, what all went through and over, if you have to do it on a scale of 100x in the next 2 years, so one can imagine how much the amount of knowledge that you would gain throughout it. And and also the best part that I'm looking forward to this MBA is, now the competition is going to be huge now, because now I'm not competing with all the students, I'm only competing with the cream
Best.
of the cream of the cream of the country.
Yeah.
So that is also something that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, but you don't have to worry about the competition over there because everyone has come through their own journey and it's everything is unique about everyone in JBIMS. You just have to focus on yourself. You have to just improve yourself and be the best version of yourself. JBIMS में compete करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. It's chill. You like it, and yeah, it's the rigor that makes it called a CO factory. So which is why really nice, yeah, Rajat. And my last question would be, what suggestions do you have for the aspirants of 2023?
So, okay, there are two sets of aspirants, I believe. One that would be giving the paper for the first time. So, for them, I would just say that don't get demotivated. Always stay motivated and don't feel the pressure that, okay, others have given more attempts. Because once you give a paper, everybody is giving that paper. Nothing of the past gets added to it. It's not that somebody has given the paper before, so that will get added into the paper like 10 plus 10 marks because they had given paper. No, everybody is giving the paper at that time. You get, if they can clear it, you can also clear it. So stay motivated and stay positive, and understand that what you have to do extra if you want to beat them, or you have to supersede them. So that would be my suggestion to them, is put the extra effort and stay motivated throughout. Now people who would be giving this paper again, if they were not prepared, then well and good. It's good for them. Now they know that how much preparation they need to do. They could join the top percentile and could improve themselves. And but there are another section of people that put in lots of effort, and there's a set of curveballs that could be thrown to you. I had subsegregated into three forms. One is unlucky. So if there is an unlucky curveball that was thrown to you during this paper, so let me give you an example of my life. The first CAT paper that I gave in the first serious attempt that I gave in 2020, the exam reduced from 3 hour to 2 hour, and before even sitting for the paper, our slot was only one who didn't know what was going to be the format or how many questions were going to get added. So how unlucky is that? The second at time I attempted CAT, there were 5 questions. People would be saying that okay, it happens to all, but this is really bizarre and so unlucky. I just can't tell you. There were 5 questions in verbal, which were which I had marked correct or was going to mark correct, and at the last second, when I was going for the final reaction, the last 5 minutes, I changed the answer, and all 5 of them went wrong. And if I had marked those answers, my percentile, which was in now 99.3, would be 99.95 plus.
Oh,
So you could imagine if you have been that unlucky, so you could take inspiration from me that such unlucky people can also come out of it. If you feel that you have been seen an some unfairness would have happened to you for one reason or the other, then while giving the IFT paper, my exam stopped midway. The exam stopped and it never started. I also wrote an application and nothing came forward for it. So imagine working so hard and your exam stopping in midway, and then also keeping yourself motivated to do that. So you could take inspiration from that as well. And if something you feel that something really cruel has happened, you have achieved so high percentile, then imagine that I had achieved 99.67, 99.7 plus, and 99.8 plus in in 2 or 3 exams, and yet I was not able to get selected in any of them. So my point is not to brag about myself. My point is basically one thing, that even after such curveballs, there is a person that is sitting in front of you who has been able to achieve such an impossible task and stayed motivated. And all you have to do to stay such motivated is take your time, 2 or 3 days, to channelize it, to understand how you are going to deal with these things, deal with it. But then just after doing that, get back on track and get back to preparation, because that is the only thing that will get you out of this unfortunate situation. And if you are able to do so, then maybe you could also be the next one here sitting here with an all India rank 3. So yeah.
wow. That's really nice, Rajat. Googly hai tere paas. But it's one of the most motivational stories that I've heard, and really proud of you. And we're really happy that you were our students and we could be of some help to you. Guys, this is the best motivation that you'll ever see lately. So thank you so much, Rajat, for being with us. And I would like to wish all of our students really happy Diwali. Have a safe one. Enjoy, eat sweets. And Diwali खत्म होते ही वापस लग जाओ CET के prep में. And if you need any information about the top percentile, the link to our website is in the description. You can even text us on Telegram, or even DM us on Instagram. The ID for which is the underscore top underscore percentile is there again in the description itself. So yeah, thank you so much, and thank you so much, viewers, for being with us.
Thank you, Vidhan, and thank you everyone, and have a happy Diwali.